You may think that a list of the best action cameras would just be GoPro, 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 but this isn't the case. While it's true the action camera giant does dominate and you will see the best GoPro cameras were represented in our guide, there are loads of fabulous action cameras out there from many different brands. What's more, many of them are significantly cheaper than the market leader, so those looking to make a saving would do well to consider their options. All the action cameras in our list are linked in the description and updated for best pricing. And the first action cam on our list is the Kaiser Bass X450, a bargain cam with flagship 4K skills. If ready to roll 4K footage is the main thing you're after, then the Kaiser Bass X450 is a great option, especially considering you can score one as low as $150. It shoots lovely 4K footage with its 14 megapixel sensor and even capturing slightly more detail than a GoPro Hero 9 Black at its wide setting in certain lighting conditions. Of course, this isn't an entirely fair comparison as GoPro Black cameras have much wider angle lenses than the Kaiser Bass X450, but we remain impressed. Detail is impressive for this price range, but what is even more impressive is the superior color processing, generally rendering warmer, more charming clips. Noise handling in low light is also pretty decent. The X450 also has a really impressive stabilization for a budget action cam. To achieve this effect, an action camera has to make good use of a gyroscope, which can tell when natural handshake causes a little tilt motion. Obviously, it can't offer anything close to the gimbal-like stabilization of an Insta360 or GoPro, but for a cheap action camera, we're again really impressed. There is no water resistance unless you use the dive-in case, and the ports are exposed just like those of a really budget action cam. The Kaiser also doesn't have a mic input or a tripod thread on the cam itself. You do, however, get the necessary accessories in the box. You should also know that unlike some other companies, you don't get two batteries, for example, just the one already installed, and its capacity is on the lower side at only 1050 mAh. The camera's audio is also fairly poor, with absent treble and overall muffled sound. The Kaiser Bass X450 can't be used as a webcam either, which is a shame as it would do the job very well. All in all, if your main focus is 4K daylight image quality, this is one of the best cheap action cameras for outright image quality and stabilization, and when you factor in the really low price, it becomes a really compelling option. Next up, we have the GoPro Hero 8 Black, the best compact action cam. The GoPro Hero 8 Black is a compact waterproof camera designed for action video. It's easy to use, well built, and feels quite durable. With an impressive video stabilization performance, your video are mostly free of camera shake even if you're moving quickly while filming. However, the companion GoPro app makes it easy to control this camera from your phone, which is handy if you have it strapped on a helmet. It's a little bit smaller and lighter than the Hero 9, making it just a tad more portable, but it also lacks the dual screen design that lets you monitor yourself on the front-facing screen as you record. And it feels incredibly well built, and like its successor, it is waterproof. It can also output video up to 100 megabytes for higher quality video files. This portable camera is easy to carry with you and does a great job of stabilizing video for a clear shot while you're working and recording. Its lens also has a wide field of view. Its video quality is on par with what you would expect from a GoPro action cam for both 4K and Full HD, meaning good sharp footage in almost all conditions. It has a great video stabilization feature that works well to reduce camera shake when you're moving, but enabling it crops the video to a greater degree than the other cameras on this list. It also has a decent battery life, although not as good as the Hero 9. That said, battery life can vary depending on settings and usage, and if you want the smallest and lightest GoPro and don't need 5K resolution or a front-facing screen, this is a great choice. And the runner-up for today is the Insta360 One R 1-inch edition, best in low light. Insta360 is one of GoPro's biggest rivals in the action cam world, and the Insta360 One R 1-inch edition fills a hole that GoPro has so far left empty. The modular Insta360 One R is now available with a sizable 1-inch sensor that gives it low light abilities which are brighter, cleaner, and more detailed than the GoPro Hero 9 Black, as well as a native dynamic range better than any other action camera. This is because its 1-inch sensor has around 4 times the light gathering powers of rivals that have much smaller sensors, including all GoPro Hero Black models. The result is that in both 5.3K 25p and 4K 60p modes, the One R 1-inch edition produces sharp, punchy videos. The Insta360 One R has a very good stabilization and the a menu system that is very straightforward and useful. Its still images are very impressive too, offering you shots that are cut above those from rivals like the GoPro 9 Hero Black. This is true for both JPEGs and RAW files, which give the option of pulling stacks of details from the shadow without too much resulting noise. The Insta360 has a stereo mic array, using one pinhole mic on the top of the control module and another on its side. Microphone positioning and performance is predictably affected by the One R's modular design. While recorded audio is clear, the GoPro Hero 8 Black and Hero 9 Black provide much better positional representation of an environment sounds. But you should note that the One R lacks the point-and-shoot simplicity of a GoPro, with more sluggish software when it comes to exporting. All the same, the Insta360 One R produces some of the best stills and video you can get from an action camera. Its 1-inch sensor also handles the crop of image stabilization better than most, a flexible 5K camera with solid low light skills, and the Insta360 One R is one of the best action cams around. And our overall best action cam of today is the GoPro Hero 9 Black. The GoPro Hero 9 Black is the most powerful and versatile action camera you can buy. It's the latest flagship model from GoPro, and it improves upon its predecessors in a few ways. It sports a handy front-facing screen that gives you a live view of the recording, which is just great for action cam enthusiasts who do a lot of self-recording. The two biggest upgrades are its new sensor and front display. The new 23.6 megapixel sensor shoots 5K video but does deliver slightly more detail than the Hero 8 Black. But perhaps the bigger benefits is to its electronic stabilization, with the Hero 9 Black able to provide hyper smooth boost, which is GoPro's strongest stabilization in all shooting modes. This makes it a top performer for those who demand high quality 4K and 5K videos. The new front color display is also a very useful new feature for vlogging or general shooting, and what is great is that it can shoot up to 240 FPS in Full HD, great for generating smooth slow motion video, and up to 60 FPS in 4K, giving you a ton of flexibility to capture smooth action or use a lower frame rate for more cinematic or natural looking video. It also has an improved sensor compared to other GoPros that can capture photos in up to 20 megapixels. And needless to say, the build quality is fantastic, and its sturdy body is advertised to be waterproof up to 10 meters. Unfortunately, its low light performance isn't improved compared to its predecessors. Still, its wide angle lens and narrow aperture are ideal for action videos, ensuring a wide field of view with a very deep depth of field, so all the action stays in focus. On top of that, its hyper smooth image stabilization feature is impressive, reducing camera shake incredibly well, although it does incur a significant crop. All in all, if you want one of the best GoPro cameras out there with advanced feature like 5K video and a dual screen, the GoPro Hero 9 Black is the way to go.